Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is KJ, aka Alpha Child. You may know me as Alpha Child on TikTok or even Instagram. But yeah, I just wanted to first explain why I even got on TikTok in the first place. It's because of Gary Vee, honestly. I found out about TikTok when he just kept mentioning it last year and just saying that's one of the best places for organic reach. And then I got on it back in September. Only got like 32 followers for the longest until the beginning of this year when my videos started blowing up, and I'm on my way to 1,000 followers. So I do appreciate that for everybody who is following me, and I also like to follow people who have great content as well. I don't get to see everybody's during the day because I have other stuff I'm doing, but I do try to get at you guys. But anyway, back to why I got to where I am now. Before all of this, I was just a regular college student. I had student loans, and I graduated with student loans with no concrete plan to pay them back. Now, I thought I was going to pay them back with one of the investments that I put in place with my student loan refund. I bought a rental property back in 2014, and I owned it until last year. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. So I got my first rental property, still in college. Got my first rental property in 2014. And then I graduated college in 2015. And I started picking up other jobs to kind of keep myself afloat until I got into the field that I wanted to, which was personal training. Because I graduated with an exercise science degree. Now, I ultimately decided not to take up personal training because I was just juggling too much. And I lost the drive for it, honestly. So then, as I was working the full-time job, I found out about Uber and Lyft. I found that out through my stylist who does my locks. And she had been doing Uber and Lyft for a while and told me about it, how great it was, how great of an opportunity it was. So I decided to try it out one day. And I got a car from Drive Time. So, you know what that means? Ended up getting a car payment, got high car insurance, and I had to pay that every single month. That was about $700 for the car by itself. And that includes the insurance. Then, of course, the maintenance and all of that actually totaled up to about $1,000 a month, which I could barely even afford. Little did I know until as I was driving Uber and Lyft, which I had a great first year. I'm not even gonna lie. Uber and Lyft was fun for me. Just being able to drive whenever I wanted, and I could make whatever money I wanted. Well, I set myself to a schedule to like 8-ish hours a day, made like 100, 150 every day, and just took a break when I wanted to. But then it got to where I started driving every single day, and I was getting nowhere. And then I was falling behind on my rental property payments. So then I started having to use some of the money that I got from the rental property and pay on my car note, and it started falling behind on my car note and insurance, and just all of a sudden I started falling behind on everything. So then I wasn't the best with the money, with the money that I had access to. And the money I had access to was like lines of credit. I had a line of credit with like $5,000, but that's nothing compared to what lines of credit are out there for people with top-notch credit. Like, I'm talking thousands to millions to even billions. And I didn't even realize that. So I had just used up all of the line of credit that I had on stupid stuff. I mean, hey, we're young, we make stupid mistakes. And used up my credit cards on just whatever I wanted. I had a good time, but then that debt, it hits. So, as the years came by with Uber and Lyft, the car started racking up the miles. It started off with 36,000. But then last year, because I had been driving it for a couple years, last year it started having major problems. It had 200,000 miles on there. The transmission started giving out. Then I finally just decided to make the decision. That was redundant. I made the decision to let go of the car. So now I'm without a car. Good news, I don't have to pay the car note now or the insurance. But bad news, I don't have a car. I have to take the bus and the train everywhere. But I'm just making do with what I've got until I can get back to where I want to be. Now, with the house, I had to let the house go too. I was too far behind on my house payments that the house was about to go into foreclosure. So I had my property manager help me with this. We ended up selling the property, which we weren't planning to do until much later, but times fell hard and we just had to let things go. There's just some things we just have to let go. So I let go of two big things, my rental property and my car. So, of course, you would imagine that, of course, I was feeling really bad about just being irresponsible. But what I had been doing this whole time, I would say since the beginning of last year, I've been watching inspirational videos just to keep my spirits up, keep motivated. But then there was one particular entrepreneur that I've been watching. His name is Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V to many of you who are entrepreneurs that know who he is. Y'all may be on TikTok as well. Y'all may be on LinkedIn too. But the fact that he eliminated the excuse that there's no way you should be sitting at home not doing anything productive or making you money. I mean, flipping stuff. That's what I've gotten into lately. I've been going to Walmart. I've been going to Goodwill. I have been going to Value Village and finding things that I can buy for cheap and sell for a higher price online. I started getting into that. My cousin was into that already. So I just took notes of what he did and I just pretty much did the same thing. It's not that hard. So I made a little bit of success off of that so far. And I work a full-time job now. Where I'm trying to get with this is eventually quit my full-time job so that I can do what I really want to do. And what I want to do is to become a video game streamer. I know I went completely left field with that, but I always loved playing video games. Namely, Tekken. Tekken is my favorite fighting game of all time. And I would love to just play that game, go around, travel, and compete in tournaments, playing up against other people and getting better, just, playing other people. I used to love playing online when I had my stuff, but now I don't have any game systems, except my Nintendo Switch. And I've only got a couple games for that. But that's where I'm trying to get right now. That's where I want to be in the near future. And that's just one thing that I'm mentioning to you guys on what my interests are, where I want to be in the future. Because the future is just, it's not even said yet. Like, you literally can make your future however you want. You just have to picture it. Picture it, write it out, lay it out. That's what I'm doing with my TikToks right now. That I'm telling you guys my story, or at least I'm trying to. I know I'm going a little off of going off subject sometimes, mentioning all these random unpopular opinions and stuff. Sometimes I have writer's block. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'll just put up whatever at times. But most of the time, I just want to tell you guys, don't be one of those excuse makers, or at least better yourself out of that. Because I'm one of those people that can make the excuse to not do something. Sometimes I'll find a way not to do it. But ultimately, I'll have to come back to it and I'll have to get the job done. So right now, my goal is to work my way out of this full-time job that I'm working so that I can do what I really want to do on my own time, get my own money, and get really the life that I want. That's how I want. That's how I want. That's what I want to do. So yeah, I hope you guys got some type of motivation out of this video, or inspiration, or anything. Or if anybody's even going through the same thing that I'm going through right now, just know you have the opportunity to do it too. I hope to see you guys soon, or I hope to at least see you guys making that progress as well, because I know I'm not the only one suffering through these debt problems. I know there are other people out there that are just not mentioning it. But I just want to let you know that there is a way. You just have to start with what's in here. So you guys, I'll see y'all on TikTok, or if I know you in real life, I'll see you in real life, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. But I'll see you guys. Take care.